might not be a function of picking up, not picking up trash. It could be a function of illegal dumping that is done.
Really, Tebu, do you really believe in what you are saying? Ma'am Veronica, welcome to the party. What's your thought?
CFO, I'm very offended when you say people are illegally dumping.
I feel your pain, but hold on right there. Let's hear from their boss, Mr. Tata Morero. What do you say, sir?
But people must find other alternatives to keep the waste in the yard until such time we're able to come.
So people of Johannesburg must accept your failure as government, but you won't accept that their bins were full. People of Joes need to veil. Ma'am Veronica, what's next?
If you have ever lived in a township where you see rats as big as a baby coming from the bin.
Now, that does not give justification if there's no collection, that people must proceed to illegal dumping.
What do you do when your bin is full and the city who's responsible to collect it is not collecting it? What must happen? And MMC, this is where I have a problem. You can't have a senior manager, in fact, a head of a department, who repeats the same mistake of not accounting and compiling the financials of the city. We deal with 82 billion, yet the citizens of Johannesburg do not look like they live in a city of 82 billion. That's the problem. Why are we not acting? We learned the lesson in May. Why are we not acting?
Thank you, Chair. Honourable Member, one of the acknowledgements we have made, and we had a conversation with the city manager, a frank one in the mayoral committee, to say where there are capacity challenges that may have been identified through our skills audit processes, there were recommendations where we could look at possible rotation of employees. Perhaps sometimes you may find that a person may have been employed in a specific space, but however, the environment and the work that they need to carry out is perhaps not at the level in terms of capacity. So on capacity building, we've had that, but on rotation to deal with us to make sure that we have the right person fit for purpose in those particular positions, particularly because we also made this observation that Honourable Member is talking about.
Nah, her answer is not convincing. I'm sure one of you, my viewers, will agree with me. But anyway, Ma'am Veronica, are you satisfied about her answer?
Yeah, MMC, but that's just not enough. I'm going to give you an example. We run a campaign called Unrestatani Cleanup Campaign as an organization, as EFF. At Ward 11, Johannesburg, that's one of my homes, the same street as the president of the country, his home in Shawela. There's a huge heap of the dumping site. We went to do a cleanup campaign. I was with the chairperson. He was the chairperson then of the region. When I asked for a truck to come and clean up, from pick it up, we were told a story of that, this a funny sound. They were told some story of how Pick It Up will not be available to do that. And I asked for the big bin so that people can stop dumping and put the garbage in the bin. Mind you, this space is a space between a school and the township. Kids are crossing to the school on the other side and the township. Pick It Up was nowhere to be found. A week later, we had to fight to get Pick It Up to deal with that. This is an entity that does not collect the bins. The reason why there's that dumping site is because people's bins get full. It's not collected, and then they go dump it to clear their bins. Besides not having a capacity to deal with the budget, expenditure, income, and everything, they cannot do the day-to-day. Hence, my colleague was asking, what is the speciality of the CEO of Pick It Up? Because they don't do work. And my problem is that earlier on we are told there are issues of finances where Pick It Up is concerned, where service providers are not even paid within 30 days. So if you cannot pay the major service delivery of that affects people's health, who is budgeting against the service at the Pick It Up? Whose problem is it that the trucks of Pick It Up are not paid? How many trucks do we have versus the population, or households that require cleaning on a daily basis. If someone can talk to us about, especially Pick It Up, I am asking this to demonstrate that the person who is the head of Pick It Up doesn't know what they are doing and they are not equal to the task. Now, can we be taken through? Earlier on, we're told about the creditors of Pick It Up, but the process wherein this entire Pick It Up mess is concerned, we're not being told. Can we be explained as to what is the budget of Pick It Up to versus the citizens or the households? How many trucks are at Pick It Up? And why are we not paying the creditors? Thank you.
Thanks, Honourable Member. In terms of the budget of Pick It Up, they are the fourth in terms of revenues. So they bring around 9 billion worth of revenue each financial year, but a portion of that is subsidized, a subsidy from the City of Johannesburg. In terms of the management of that budget, obviously it's done by the management at Pick It Up. They've got a CFO and the management team there. I think we did outline the process also of moving away from ad hoc fleet to our own compactors, and that's really to deal with the issues of ad hoc fleet, because there was a point where they were switching contracts between ad hoc fleet management, and that had an impact on their operations. In terms of the staff and the augmentation of the co-ops, so they have expanded their own people on the ground by incorporating co-ops in various parts of society. So, for example, when you talk about various regions, there are co-ops there that come straight from the community to help them dealing with the illegal dumping. Because some of the things that you did mention, Honourable Member, is actually illegal dumping that happens at various sites. So it might not be a function of Pick It Up not picking up trash. It could be a function of illegal dumping that is done by various players in this whole ecosystem of trash, for the lack of a better word. But yeah, I wanted just to deal with the budget issue and the compactors. I don't know, Ku, if you've got any additions to that.
I disagree with him. For Tebogo Moraka to sit there in a cushioned parliament chairs and claim that our people are just choosing to dump illegal by choice, it's a disgusting, cruel slap in the face. It's a classic gaslighting tactics. How can people follow a schedule that doesn't exist? Pick It Up vanished for weeks. The trucks are nowhere to be found, somehow in townships. And when the community run out of space to breathe, the government calls them undisciplined. This is the ultimate proof of how the current administrator operates. They collect the rates, they exhaust the municipality budget on corruption and high salaries, and then they leave the Black Township to rot in filth, while shamelessly talking trash to protect their own jobs, when outseen as a citizen, as Mhlalo Joburg.
Chair, if I can also just come in, I think we must also indicate that indeed, Chair, the one matter that we've raised at an executive level, including at the mayoral committee, is the actual supervision of because when we did the ground staff, which is the general workers. So in the last 3 years, we have allowed Pick It Up to recruit about 1,000 additional general workers, which is the staff that obviously go onto the truck and remove the bin. However, the one challenge that we raised with the entity was the lack of supervision of those teams. And part of the analysis we did with the Pick It Up team was that, for an example, that shift starts at 5, and then at about 6, between 6 and 7, the teams are almost done with their work, and they're supposed to be working 8 hours. And that's a matter that we've raised on record with Pick It Up, that they really need to pay attention to the supervision of the staff, because it can't be that by 7, 8, 8:30, the teams are already done and they are going home, and we pay them for 8 hours, and therefore the cleanliness of the city is not at the level it requires. And that's the first point that we've raised on record and that we are monitoring through the governance system. The second part that we've raised with the second area that we've raised with the entities around the separation at source, which is a program of the city that the city adopted around 2011, 2012. And what we were doing at that time was there's already a community that if you recycle your waste, there's already a market that is already running in terms of recycling. We need to support and partner with the recycling associations and the recyclers because they are helping us with reduce the waste so that the waste that remains, we are able to convert into energy. I think earlier we spoke about the waste to energy projects that we are running through Pick It Up and the EISD department. So those are the two challenges that I think we've raised with the entity, and we are putting a lot of pressure on the entity to deliver on those, because if you are able to separate the waste, it reduces the amount of waste that goes to the landfill. It will also reduce the amount of waste we put onto the trucks.
Now, we get that. The problem is the cleanliness and not collecting the bins. And CFO, I'm very offended when you say people are illegally dumping. What do you do when your bin is full and the city who's responsible to collect it is not collecting it? What must happen? What must happen to a bin that is full and it's not collected because the consistency of collecting bins is not taking place? What must happen? What should those people do?
If I can come in there, Chair, so that we put some of these issues into context. Soweto has increased in terms of population. It's something that we are alive to that fact, and you are referring to what 11.
So we've just wake up today and noticed that Soweto is becoming big in numbers in terms of the population. Not talking about the rest of South Africa, but carry on, we're listening.
And we have taken a view in this budget that was passed now that we are going to increase the frequency. We're currently collecting once a week. It might not be on the day that we committed to do on Wednesday and probably do it on Friday, but the collection will always happen in ward to ward in Soweto without fail once a week. Now, that does not give justification if there's no collection that people must proceed to illegal dumping, but people must find other alternatives to keep the waste in the yard until such time we're able to come.
You cannot make this up. When Veronica Mente corners the CFO and asks the ultimate common sense question, what must people do when their bins are overflowing because you failed to show up? The mayor himself, Tata Morelo, just jumped in to protect his team. And what is his brilliant adult solution? He literally tells the citizens of Johannesburg to lock themselves inside the yard with their own rotten garbage until the government decides to show up. That is not leadership. That is childish, foolish nonsense from the mayor, who is complete out of touch with reality. They claim they'd collect once a week. That's what Tata Morelo says. But we all know that's a lie. Pick It Up failed to meet the basic schedule constantly. They don't provide extra refuge bags. They don't provide communal skips, and they give our people zero alternative. Yet they expect you to sit in a yard smelling like landfill while they collect the fat salad. Absolutely cruel and arrogant of this ANC-led coalition. They break the system and then they criminalize you for trying to survive the incompetence. Utsinuena as a citizen, tell us what you think in the comment section. But before that, let's continue.
Because we do collect on a weekly basis, but we have agreed in this budget, because we are alive to the fact that in Soweto you have a yard which was a 4-room, now it has been turned with back rooms, so there's no longer one family, there's possibly 3 families in one yard. That is why we are now increasing the frequency from the 1st of July as we implement in the new budget to collect at least twice a week in Soweto in particular, something that we have already been doing in Alexander. However, even that being done, we still have people continuing to dump illegally even in Alexander. So I guess what needs to happen also, honorable member, is ourselves as political officials to also continue to send a message that illegal dumping is incorrect and it's wrong, and people should not participate in illegal dumping. And for example, in Snawani, not far from where you were, we turned a dumping place into a park. Within 3 months, it went back into a dumping place. When we've invested in a park with communities who are supposed to also take responsibility of looking after a park. But I will not agree to a justification of illegal dumping at all. Rather, let's increase our frequency, which we are doing. Secondly, let's increase the number of buyback centers that must also be established within the township, so that we can get waste coming into our things. There are also programs around separation of source, because we are also alive to the fact that waste in itself is money and it's an economy. So those are the projects that Pick It Up is also trying to do. But I don't agree with illegal dumping. We do spend a lot of money on an annual basis focusing on illegal dumping, and it's taking away resources that we should be implementing or investing in other areas to improve the city. But honorable member, our responsibility is to ensure that we increase the frequency and give it 6 months pilot and check whether it will change the behavior of the people of Soweto. But it's also a behavioral issue that people need to change, and we must find a way of communicating that behavioral change in our townships.
I will still disagree with that it's an illegal dumping, because if you have ever lived in a township where you see rats as big as a baby coming from the bin, and the second thing is that even that pick it up doesn't leave black bags for the people. You give them one bin, you don't collect it, you don't give them black bags to keep the extra waste. For some reason, you expect the bins to overflow, and they must do nothing about it, they must keep it. If you have experience of those rats, you will know what I'm talking about. I want